My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. In this video, I will be bringing to you an open letter to the general public coming from the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been incarceration for almost over 3 years right now, and it was brought to the open by his attorney, the lead counsel Aloy Ejimako, who he still calls his special counsel. But before we dive into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos, and if you're new, I welcome you and urge you to do well to click that like button, subscribe to my channel, press that bell icon so anytime I upload another video you will be notified. Other than that, let's go there. So we are starting with this open letter. So this letter was printed out, okay, and also posted by Aloy Ejimako. You can see his handle here, and you can see the letter that he put here, okay. So it was printed, documented and printed out to the general public. So but for the sake of reading, he posted it so that people can see it boldly, okay. So we will go through it right now so that we will hear the heart of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the letter goes by saying, "Greetings to all men and women of goodwill in Nigeria and elsewhere in the world. I have been compelled by the events of the past few days to the unusual step of writing this open letter for the singular purpose of calling the attention of the general public to the serial executive and judicial fraud being perpetrated against me since my extraordinary rendition in 2021. The details are as follows. 1. In a judgment entered on 1st March 2017, the Federal High Court, Abuja, ruled that IPOB is not an unlawful group. At the time, it received widespread publicity, which can be verified from Vanguard, and he put the link for people that will like to verify, okay. Because of this link, that's why he needed to post this message by himself. I mean the lead counsel Aloy Ejimako. So he's actually saying that during that first judgment, that the court did not call IPOB unlawful group. So they stated it emphatically clear that IPOB is not unlawful. So that's what he's saying as of that 2017. So what changed? Let us continue. This landmark ruling made by the court before it turned unjust emanated in a criminal proceedings that required proof beyond reasonable doubts, and in which the federal government and my humble self presented our respective cases. Alas, instead of the federal government to go on appeal as the law mandated, if they are dissatisfied with the judgment, the former Attorney General Abubakar Malami went behind closed doors with a letter signed by late Abba Kyari and got IPOB prescribed, tagged a terrorist group in an ex parte proceedings conducted without notice to me or to the IPOB. This abominable incident was the earliest sign yet that the government and its judiciary have struck an unholy and fraudulent alliance to deny me my rights and thereby imperil the lives and liberty of millions who identify with IPOB. On 26 October 2022, a federal high court declared my extraordinary rendition and detention as unconstitutional, stating that the manner of arrest and detention of the applicant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in Kenya, his continued detention in Abuja, his subjection to physical and mental trauma by the respondents, the inhumane and degrading treatment meted out to the applicants amount to a brazen violation of the applicant's fundamental right to dignity of his person and threat to life under Section 34(1)(a) of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. The court further ordered the federal government to apologize to me and pay me compensation. In a responsible and well-ordered society, run by a responsible government, this judgment is sufficient to have ended my lengthy detention and encourage the federal government to constructively engage me on the issue of the self-determination agitation that triggered this whole saga. Pedal back to 13th October 2022, when the Court of Appeal held that the courts must never shy away from calling the executive to order when they resort to acts of executive lawlessness. The duty of the court is to maintain a balance between ensuring that law and order is obeyed and protected of the individual from oppressive actions by the executive. By the forcible adoption and extraordinarily rendition of the appellant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to this country on the 27th day of June 2021, in violation of international and state laws, the lower courts, or indeed any court in the country, is devastated of jurisdiction to entertain charges against the appellant, despite the clarity of this judgment and its comportment with reason. The federal government refused to release me from detention while it went behind closed doors, connived with 3 other justices of the Courts of Appeal, who fraudulently and swiftly sat on appeal over the judgment and practically destroyed it by issuing what they termed a stay of execution. One may then ask, is it not abominable for a court to stay a judgment the government already disobeyed? In a plethora of cases, the Supreme Court has held that anybody who disobeys a related court order cannot be given any judicial relief until such order is obeyed. This is a sound reasoning that applies to everybody, but is fraudulently overlooked when it comes to my case. Fast forward to 15th December 2023, when the Supreme Court sent back my case to the Federal High Court for trial for avoidance of doubt. That was not the only decision the Supreme Court made. It also decided that my bail should not have been revoked, and it went on to state clearly that the judge exhibited significant and unacceptable bias by revoking my bail. In a sane society, one would expect that when the High Court received my case from the Supreme Court and hankered down for trial, it was also duty bound to restore my bail in line with the pronouncement of the Apex Court. But that did not happen. Why? Well, your guess is as good as mine. And that is, the court connived with the federal government to continue my detention in violation of Section 287 of the Nigeria Constitution while they plotted to railroad me through an unfair trial that already has a predetermined verdict. On 24th September 2024, I decided that I have had enough of taking my chances at getting justice from a judge that in June 2021 sent me to secret police detention without fair hearing, later refused to transfer me to prison to better prepare for my trial, and capped it all by refusing to restore my bail, and instead ordered an accelerated trial in the face of the reality that I will never get a fair trial whilst detained at the DSS. These are the major reasons that compelled me to request recusal of the judge, and having consented to it, she proceeded to make an order removing herself from my case. That order was never challenged on appeal. Thus, it remains extant to this day, but instead of the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court to do the lawful thing by assigning my case to another judge, he connived with the federal government to eat crow and send my case to a judge that stands recused by a valid order. To conclude this open letter, let me make it clear that it should in no way be construed by means that there are no decent judges in Nigeria that can be trusted to deliver even-handed justice in my case. That is not the issue. Instead, the issue is that my case is deliberately being shielded from judges and justices that are deemed to be committed to doing justice, even when it means that the federal government must lose. Be that as it may, if it will take the rest of my life in detention to produce me before a proper and impartial court, so be it. But let me say this, for the world to know, I will not succumb to any trial conducted by any judge or court whose jurisdiction does not pass constitutional muster. Not now, not ever. Thank you all. Signed, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, dated 14th February 2025. So my people, this is what our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deemed fit to read so that Biafrans will hear and act so fast. So my people, let us not allow our supreme leader rot in that jail. So we need to intensify what we are doing. Let us be serious if we are really looking for freedom. These things are happening because our PM Simon Ekpa is no longer here. I don't know why after the court case of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that our government, in which I support, did not even say anything about his court case, did not even tweet anything. I didn't see nothing. And so many people are keeping quiet. People are not saying something. It's never happened during the time of our PM. Why is it happening right now? Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of Biafran people. It's not just IPOB as an organization. He is the leader of Biafrans. Because when somebody is leading 90% of Biafrans, any other group that does not believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I believe they are not even up to 2%. As long as they are Biafrans, they believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand? Even people that are not even in agitation with us, people that are not for Biafra, okay, directly, but they are taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as even someone they will look up to. Our PM Mazi Simon Ekpa takes our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as his father in this freedom. So I don't know why all the people that are now following our PM, why they will not be loyal to Mazi Simon Ekpa, at least to respect the fact that he is our leader, to voice out from the government. I'm not saying individuals can talk, but let it come from the leadership of this movement. Apparently the person that is leading this movement, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, I expected her to tweet. I didn't see it. Sometimes even our leaders are serving us, so they should listen to us. Please, I plead that she will listen to Biafrans and do the needful. Let this thing not lie low. Let there be action. Let things not just go so quiet like this. After the humiliation, after the aversion of the justice that our Onyendu supposed to get, they made him to begin to, react because they are frustrating him. Someone that the judge had already ruled out his case, and because of the political reasons, they refused to release him. With all the health issues that he has had, they still did not allow him to have a good medical checkup. I'm not sure that we should keep quiet. The government should react. Okay, those days PM would have already reacted towards this inhuman treatment that they are doing to our leader. That's not good. So please, I urge the government to do something. Let there be reaction towards this thing. That's why our leader wrote this letter, to make Biafrans to know that he is not finding it funny at all in that situation. It's now left for us to fight, as we are fighting for our nation to be recognized. Let us still make it difficult for these people so that they will know that they are holding a man that is so special to us. People want us to forget about him. People want us to stop talking about him and also our PM. But we can never do that. Please, let something be done. That is all I have to say. It really pains me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to click that like button, subscribe to my channel, press that bell icon so anytime I upload another video, you'll be notified. Other than that, peace out.